Who wants to get houses for free? Here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the BRRRR method. So BRRRR. What that stands for is buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Let me break down what this means for you. So imagine this. One of my first deals, I was just browsing on Craigslist. I found a wholesaler's name's Dave. So I didn't have a ton of cash. Like I had a side hustle and I was saving money and I was just getting into real estate. So my first house, I luckily found it. It was like right up the street from me. The wholesaler wanted $33K. The house was worth $120,000. So let's take a step back here for a minute because everyone's like, wow, it's worth $120 and you got it for $33. That's a steal, which it is. But also the house was hammered. So me being a noob, I only estimated I had to put like $15K into the property. This was like 9-10 years ago. I actually ended up putting over $40,000. So for example, I'm walking around this property and I noticed the bathtub looks hammered. And when we turn the water on, it rains in the basement. So I'm like, okay, all we got to do is replace the P-trap and plumbing. We're good. I didn't even think if that pipe is that bad and that one was visible because the basement wasn't finished, most likely all the other plumbing's hammered too. So things like that, like some mistakes I just made, it's like, okay, you look back, you're like, okay, I estimate to replace the plumbing in the whole house, not just the one thing. Here's the deal though. I missed that estimate, but if you buy right, like everyone talks about buying right, if you buy right, you're still good. So I estimated $15K and I had to put $40K into it. Whatever, it still made sense because it's worth $120. So here's what I did. I get in the property, I fix it. And then the way the BRRRR method works is I went to the bank and asked them, hey, can I take a loan for $73,000? Like I had $33,000 in and I put $40,000 into it and it's worth $120. So there's a lot of equity. So I go to the bank. I said, hey, I just fixed everything up. It looks pretty good. They say, no problem at all. They give me a loan for $73,000. It's worth $120. They figure if I'm not going to pay, if I don't pay them, they're just going to take the property and it's worth more. So here's how the BRRRR method works. I get my money back. Now I have a mortgage. The mortgage payment's roughly $752 a month, including like taxes and insurance. I rent it for $1,050 a month and I keep about $300 positive cash flow. So one thing with rentals is you make $300 positive cash flow, but you still want to hold out like $100 per month just because when the roof goes or when the furnace goes or whatever. Point is, I got a house for free. Like I put my money into it. I fixed it. Then I went to the bank and got my money back and I took a mortgage out. The mortgage payment is less than I get for rent and the tenants are paying off the property. So I have zero money out of pocket and I have zero money out monthly. I actually have money coming in monthly. So now you have a property that costs you zero